Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bill McElhaney with Dynamis Learning Academy, and welcome to Tuesday Tips, our weekly feature where we just talk about a particular topic that we hope will be beneficial to you as parents and as students, and hopefully will bring some insight and some knowledge into your daily life that will help you as you navigate these educational times and all of the issues that are going on today. I was just reading an article about how scores in reading and math, especially, have declined nationally in record numbers. And Georgia actually fared a little better than some other states, but the bottom line is since the pandemic, reading scores for fourth and eighth graders and math scores for fourth and eighth graders are not good. And it's obvious that students are suffering from a gap in how education was done and how they were taught. And they're now paying for that and suffering for that with lower grades and lower performance on testing. So I was reading that article, and it really kind of fit really nicely into what today's topic is for Tuesday Tips, and it's timing. My I made it very generic for a number of reasons. I called it timing in education because timing can mean so many different things. And so, what I wanted to talk about today is how can we use timing in education for you and make it beneficial for you? And what made me start thinking about this, you've heard the expression timing is everything, right? Like, for example, I've said, and you may have said, like, if you landed that job you wanted, the timing was just right, right? Everything seemed to fall into place. The interview, the availability of the job, your experience, where you were in your career. So the timing just happened, right? And it made it great for you to hopefully get the job you pursue, right? But timing happens in other areas too, not just with your career. Timing, when to take the right vacation, when you take that perfect picture, your timing was just right, right? That you were right there on the scene and captured that moment in time. So, timing is so crucial in so many parts of life, right? Like, where are you when things happen? Where are you in your life when events happen, and how do you handle that, and how do you deal with it? So timing is so important in so many different ways, and that remains true with your child's education. And what I wanted to talk about today is your timing with your child. How are you staying abreast? How are you knowledgeable? How are you keeping up with how your child is doing and if they may or may not need particular help? I'll give you an example. Some parents I know do excellent jobs and they do daily check ins with their child. They check on what homework they have, right? What their test scores are, what their grades are. Other parents want to give a little bit more independence and they may check in weekly. And then even other parents maybe go even further than that and wait till the progress report and see how their child is doing. Um, I wouldn't recommend that, right? I know independence for your child and making sure that they understand how to keep you abreast and everything is important, um, but only checking in at a progress report time is often very difficult. So let's talk about when is the right timing for you. Um, we at Dynamis often get calls, and we'll get this. Oh, my son has a final in 2 weeks and he's not doing well in math. Can you bring a tutor and help him so that he'll do well on his final? Well, we have great tutors at Dynamis, right? Very knowledgeable, very up to date on strategies that work, how we can better teach certain things in math, English, whatever. But even the best tutors in the world with a 2 week window are probably not going to have a major impact. And that's unfortunate. And so the timing there doesn't work. Although you want it to work, and we still will do everything we can to make it work, the bottom line is timing is better for your child if you're more in tune with how they're doing throughout the quarter. As I mentioned, I've seen daily ones work and I've seen weekly ones work. But the bottom line is you're aware of things such as failing grades on quizzes, missed homework assignments, uh, missed projects, when assignments are due. And so, what you can do as a parent is decide on what timing schedule you want and make that work for your child. And your child will adapt to that, right? If he knows you're going to be checking daily or weekly, he's going to keep up with, or she's going to keep up better with her assignments, studying, things of that nature. And I think that allows you to stay on top of, does a child need extra assistance? We are probably busier, as far as I can tell, than we've ever been at Dynamis since I've been with Dynamis this year. And it's because of the fact so many students are behind, so many students need that individual attention. And so because the parent had good timing, was on top of everything, we're able to go in weeks before a test, weeks before a final, and we can work with them on how to better their grade, help them with missed assignments, explain to them what they're not understanding, right? And so the timing of the parent staying on top of it really, really, really is crucial. I think weekly also works because I think, independence is good to build independence and confidence and accountability into your child so that at the end of the week, you can look at how they're doing, making sure they've stayed on top of what they needed to do. And I've seen both of those work too. Um, and I like the idea of building accountability and independence into your child. It's not all upon you, it's on them as well. And if they're not understanding something or they're needing assistance with something, coming to you and saying, hey, I may need a tutor or I may need help with this. I'm not doing well in this particular subject and really struggling. So building accountability into your child, I think is good, but I wouldn't risk it past weekly, especially as the younger they are, maybe with high school and with certain conscientious students, you could build longer time periods. But let's talk about that when I say, okay, weekly, daily accountability, daily staying on top of it with your timing. How is that doable? Well, every school pretty much has a system, a time management system, and a system that they put everything, whether that's Google Classroom or Schoology. And I've actually learned of a couple more I'd never heard of in the past week. But the bottom line is you have access to that. You can check assignments. You can check for missed assignments. And you can even put in for alerts when a teacher posts something or when an assignment is due, so that on your phone, you get an alert that Johnny has a science assignment, science project due the end of this week. And so things don't come as last minute and things don't come as rushed and hurried in terms of getting a project or an assignment done. Or in the case I used earlier, nothing is rushed in terms of we got to cram 8 weeks, 9 weeks worth of tutoring into 1 week before a final. That's often very difficult to do. So look at the system your child uses and learn it and make sure you set up alerts and things that will keep you up to date and on top of things. I tutor, I won't mention any names, but I tutor a great young man and his mom is wonderful. And she's on that system every day. And she finds out, when things are posted, when things are due, and stays on top of that with her child and does a great job of that and sends that to me. And that's how we work. And it's a great system and it works very well. But she lets me know when something's been posted. She lets me know when something's been due. She lets me know what the assignment is so that when I come into the actual session, I'm already knowledgeable and know what we're going to be working on that day or need to work on that day. So it works. I've seen it work. And it really, 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 really is crucial to the success of your child. Um, I think most parents have a good handle on it, but again, we seem to be getting more and more of those last minute worrisome, I need help with this cause, when in reality, that shouldn't be how it is. So just remember, when it comes to education, timing, just like in your career, just like in taking the perfect snapshot, just like in meeting your husband or wife and getting married, the timing had to be right, right? You just happened to be at the place to meet him or her, and you hit it off, and the timing was just right, right? Those things, I'm a firm believer in things happen for a reason, but your timing has to be good in doing that, right? Same way in your child's education. Make your timing and his or her timing be on the same page, and make sure that it works for both of you. And I guarantee you, if you do that, you'll see better results. So my tip for today is timing, 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 timing. Establish it, organize it, get it down. Make sure you use it for the rest of the school year. And I feel very strongly that you'll see and get to see improvement in your child's grades over the semester. I hope everyone has a good rest of the afternoon and enjoying the beautiful weather, the coolness of the weather, the fall leaves. I know Helen, our owner, went this weekend and enjoyed the beautiful fall leaves. And if you look out my window just behind me, the leaves are falling and turning colors, and it absolutely is just a beautiful time of the year. So make sure you get out and enjoy that, and with your family, and enjoy the beautiful scenery that's all around the Georgia and Southeast area. It really is almost breathtaking sometimes at times. My favorite time of the year. On the bottom below, if anything I've mentioned has struck a chord and you think, "Ooh, I need help with this," contact me. Bill at DynamusLearningAcademy.com, Helen at DynamusLearningAcademy.com, or you can call us. That's what we do. We can set up a system, and we can set up what works and show you what works, and we'll gladly do that for you. So kind of in a way, we'll tutor both you and your child, right? We'll get you on a good system. We'll get your child on a good tutoring and learning system. And in the end, we'll all be happy, right? With good grades and happy people around the family. So we can do all of that. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd love to help you. Have a good day, and I'll see you next Wednesday for Tuesday Tips. Goodbye, everyone.